Delta crisis again. Police stray bullet kills 4 as Okada riders protest turns bloody in Asaba. You know, this period, only God knows what is happening in Delta State. Apart from what happened in Okwama community in Ugali South local government, we have now got another blood-based activity in Asaba, you know, that has led to the death of 4 people. Police, Over-Zealous police just went there and opened fire. The same way army went to Kwama and opened fire, and it has turned to something else now. It's the same way it has happened in Asaba again. So what is happening in Delta State? And why is all of this befalling Delta State now? It's becoming an unsafe area, I tell you the truth. So let's see exactly what happened in Delta State, because the situation is actually not a very good one. The protest by tricycle and motorcycle riders in Asaba and Okmanam areas of Delta State has taken a fatal dimension, of course. Now, as of Tuesday morning, deaths recorded as a result of the protest has risen to 4. So the chairman of the building material market, Okmanam, and one of the Okada riders who were said to have been hit by police stray bullets during the protest on Monday died early on Tuesday. Can you imagine? So the commercial motorcyclists during their protest on Monday had said they were protesting the untimely death of their colleagues who were allegedly killed by the state task force on Sunday night. So the state task force was enforcing the ban on late hour operations of tricycles and motorcycles in the Capital Territory. So the news of their death sparked another round of protest by the traders at the building materials market. So the traders protested the death of their chairman, while the Okada riders also joined to protest the death of their colleagues. So during the protest, commercial activities were grounded, shops closed, and roads deserted, while some tricycles and motorcycles seen on the road were seized and set ablaze. However, operatives of the police anti-riot squad were drafted to take control of the Okmanam town. So, during Director General of the Delta State Capital Territory Development Authority, Chief Patrick Oka, while addressing the protesters, called for calm and appealed to residents for patience and cooperation to enable the state government deal with the issues that led to the rampage. So while sympathizing with the traders and riders over the deaths, he, however, condemned the action of the protesters, especially the wanton destruction and vandalization of property at the Motorcycle and Tricycle Operators Association Comtoir Secretariat. Can you imagine? They already formed an association. So he said the agency was in touch with the office of the SSG, that is the Secretary to State Government, the leadership of the Comtoir, and representatives of the Arewa community, with a view to resolving issues that led to the protest. Meanwhile, Delta State Police Command has arrested 8 male suspects, while 53 motorcycles were impounded during the riders' protest. Can you imagine? So if they're talking about Arewa community, it means that the Okada riders must be Fulanis. That is it, because they are the people that do not obey law. Even in Lagos, even in some other places where they said that tricycles and Okada should not run beyond certain time, it's only those Fulanis are the ones that want to defy the law, because they don't listen to anything, they don't hear anything, and when you tell them to stop, they take to violence. That is the truth. So I'm sure if you go and check these people that have died, it must be these Okada people. And I pity the building material union's leader that also died in the process because of stray bullet. Just a pity that one happened. But the truth is that these Okada riders, I tell you, and that is what they use in committing crime when the night hour comes. So even anywhere you see Okada riders, especially in some parts of Lagos, some parts of Ibadan, and some parts of Southwest, they are the people, and they will never listen to any law. That is it. But again, for the task force, they were just doing their job. If the government says don't operate at a certain hour, you should not operate at a certain hour for security reasons. That is the truth. So why is the government saying you should not operate at a certain hour and you go ahead to operate? Okay, and then on the part of the task force, why were they so overzealous to the point that beating and fighting and death got involved. Police too, the police anti-robbery squad or whatever they call them, that also became overzealous and started shooting bullets, because we saw it. Once you shoot, the people there, were they carrying guns? Why would you release live bullets? Why don't you have water cannons? Why don't you have tear gas? Why do you have other tranquilizers and other things that can be used to quell riot rather than using live bullet, live ammunition? Each time your police come or army come into a situation, they use live bullet. They don't use the rubber bullets. They don't use tranquilizers. They don't use sedators. They don't use all those things, water cannons and things that can quell riot. Rather, they use live bullet. So that is something that government need to look into. It's not acceptable. Each time there's protest, the same thing they did in a Lekki Tollgate in October 2020, when they killed over 100 people there because they were overzealous and they opened fire on protesters that were not carrying gun. They opened fire on them. And up to today now, justice has not been served. It's a very unfortunate situation, I must tell you the truth. So this thing that happened in Asaba is obvious that both parties, both the Okada riders, tricycle riders, the task force, Delta State task force, and the police that came to quell riot, all of them have their own blames. Some are overzealous, some are disobeying law. And so if everybody is to do the right thing, I don't think there will be bloodbath of this type. That's the truth. So now people are reacting to what happened in Delta State. Somebody said, imagine why do we find it difficult to obey government orders? See the result of your disobedience. Exactly. Government said, don't operate your Okada beyond certain hours. You refused. Task force came to stop you. You started fighting them. And I'm sure, like I said, these people must be Hausa Fulanis. This is what they do everywhere they get to. And the government knows about it. And that is why they're trying to make peace with Arewa community. Because if Arewa community to be involved, it means that those Okada riders and the tricycle riders were not real Delta people. These people were the Fulanis that are occupying that part of the state. And that is a very serious thing to look into. Some say, but is that the reason to kill? Someone hustling and fathers of some people just wasted like that. What have they done to bandits that are killing innocent and law-abiding citizens for no just cause? What is really happening in this nation? Or are we to talk of herdsmen destroying people's ancestral land, maiming and killing? Okay. Are we to talk about your leaders? Nah, your leaders' fault. No, it's nothing. Where everybody's entitled to his own opinion, that he has said his own. And somebody said, if the government cannot put things in the right perspective, orderliness will be absent. Hence, disobedience or disorderliness is the result. You can't build something on nothing. The modus operandi of our kinetics economics activities now is based on what I describe as survival of the fittest. People are struggling to make ends meet, okay, or to meet their needs. So the government needs to create an enabling environment before enforcement of law. Okay. And somebody is responding to that and saying, I don't think you know what you are saying. Protest is everybody's right. Police has no right to open live bullet on protesters. Okay, which country is Nigeria? That is never done anyway. That is another good part. Except if they are carrying arms and are shooting. Otherwise, you have no reason to release live ammunition on protesters. That is it. What an annoying comment. So people don't have the right to protest again, Abi. If people break government rules, it's killing the right thing to do. Arrest those who break rules and try them according to the law. People like you are the reason those in government behave as if they are God. That's a good one. Some say they dare, they speak grammar. People, they die. It not be joke. Not be joke. So the situation there is terrible in Asaba now. And the whole Delta State now is almost boiling. I just hope that it will not lead to a kind of anarchy that will be difficult to control. I pity the new governor. So thank you for listening. Let's have your comments.